Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Race for Eeloo. So last time was just a catalog of errors, and that was just very disappointing. Jebediah is lost, and we will never be seeing him again. And that probe that we launched is now stuck up there. See, there it is. And we can't get it back because it doesn't have any power left, so we can't even control it. It will still intersect with the moon, or I should say the mun, but it's not really going to get to do anything because there's no power on it, so you can't even activate any of the science instruments. But we're going to try this again. This is the Artemis 3 with Bill Kerman in the cockpit, and hopefully things go slightly better. And I'm a little concerned because the lowest stage doesn't have any sort of control function on it. Like the best control you have is those reaction wheels that I was talking about a couple episodes back. But I mean, there's no liquid fuel engine that has the gimbal to control our movement or anything like that. So leaning is going to be unfixable. So I hope things go well in comparison. Hopefully we can actually get to the moon with this. So here we go. Okay, there we go. Looking good so far. I'm just gonna not touch the controls because I feel like anything that I do is gonna unbalance this thing. And you bet that I'm keeping my eye right on the nav ball. It is kind of leaning to the right, ever so slightly, but I think it'll be okay. As long as it's in that direction, it's fine. If it's in north-south, then that's when we have an issue, but this should be okay. Oh, that's a bit much, though. As long as it doesn't lean over any more than that. Oh, now it's going north-south. Okay. We're almost out of solid fuel, so hopefully we'll get our control back here in not too long. Oh, I don't know what that was. Wow, that's a ridiculous speed. Over 1,000 meters per second from just the first stage. Okay. I'm not going to turn on the liquid fuel engines just yet, but I am going to detach those to lower the air resistance. And that might have been a small error, but we should be... Oh yeah, we're already suborbital, which is excellent. And we'll have control back here in not too long. In fact, we probably already... Yeah, we've already got control back. Okay, good. Alright, I will see you guys in orbit. Alright, and here we are in our orbit, but unfortunately we don't have a great deal of fuel left. Now I hope that'll be enough to get us into a flyby of the Mun, but if we don't have enough fuel to actually get there, I'm going to have to stop just short of running out so that I have enough to make sure that we get our return trajectory. Because we don't want to lose Bill in space as well. I'm thinking it's not going to be enough, but we are getting closer. I feel like we're really starting to make progress, because these things take time. There is testing that has to be done. Yeah, we're not even at 1 million with our Apple apps yet, so this is not going to work. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop that there. Okay. Well, you know, I feel like we can actually still get some science out of this. I'm just going to fast forward to Apple apps here. Let's see what we can get, because if I'm not mistaken, there is also a region of space that is considered high over Kerbin. So let's see. Aha, indeed, high over Kerbin. Yes. Okay, so we can still get something out of this, which is really nice. Let's see. 37 science. Excellent. Just from the materials bay. There are a lot of positive things coming out of this. This is just Wonderful. Even though we didn't actually meet our objective, we're still going to get further than we've been before. And with decidedly more success. Now I realize I've already taken these readings on other instruments. But I want to keep them anyway because sometimes it gives you more. It does give you more science to have that. Let's see. Where's the last thermometers right there? Okay. All right. Now we don't really have to boost very much to get back into landing trajectory, and even if we don't quite get to land on the first go, we'll still be within the atmosphere at our periaps, so it will slow us down gradually. But here we go. Oh yeah, no, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Alright, so that's a lot of science that we just took. I'm going to take a little more care with this and be very careful not to let Bill crash the same way that Jebediah did. But I will see you guys on the ground. Alright, and here we are. We safely re-entered the atmosphere, and there's our touchdown. And I believe we are in the grasslands as well, so we might be able to get some science from here. Let me see what I can do here. Oh no, it's just the highlands, and we've apparently already been. Well, I wonder. Oh, I'm still time accelerated. Okay, let's see. Take that data out, shuffle it back in. Whoop, that's not the right button. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. Yeah, I forget what I'm trying to do sometimes in this game. Oh, okay, so we don't have data from the highlands. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to take one of these that I used for space high over Kerbin, and see if I can. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently I don't have a crew report, but I have mystery goo data. It's odd. And I have temperature data as well. Okay, so good. We just blew a couple of our experiments from way up in space. Okay, cool. That's fine. Whatever. That's whatever. We've got a ton of science anyway. That's frankly just a drop in the bucket. So let's see what we can get now. Wow, okay, 118 science. That's a good bit of science for us there. Let's see, we should be able to get a couple, or I guess we can get the, oh no, we can get some from the next tier, can't we? Okay. And we're back. So this is what I was able to come up with. I'm really annoyed that I can't like zoom in very well with this, but since I did end up going for the probe technology and getting the solar panels and whatnot, I feel more confident putting a probe up there that will actually sustain itself. But what I've done is I'm actually kind of happy with this. I made it very compact. I'm bemoaning the fact that I didn't do this in the vehicle assembly building, but that's okay. I'm not bringing the Science Junior because it's just going to be too big and too bulky, too heavy. But I am bringing the smaller instruments, and I'm made sure that I've got plenty of batteries on there and plenty of solar panels, so it should be perfectly fine for the trip out there. And also, I'm happy with this because this whole assembly, the probe core, the instruments, the parachutes, the antennae, and the solar panels and all, and batteries and everything, weighs less than just the command pod, let alone having a Kerbal inside it. It weighs less than just the command pod. And granted, we don't have the Science Junior in here, but essentially what I've done is I've made the payload much smaller. So I think what I found was that this entire assembly at the very top here was only 0.7 tons, whereas the Mark 1 command pod is 0.84 tons all on its own. So I've made the payload much smaller, and I made the upper stage, this stage here, much bigger. And that actually has a double purpose. That means that we won't get such ridiculous speeds coming right out of the atmosphere with just our first stage. So we'll have a lot more control going into the second stage, and so on and so forth. So I really like this. I think this is going to go much better than the last time, and we might actually make it to the Mun. Ideally, we will. So, here we go. Now, again, same with last time. I'm a little concerned that there's not any form of control on the lower stage. Again, it's all solid fuel boosters, and the only control on the entire rocket is the reaction wheels inside the probe core, which are not very strong. In fact, I'm fairly certain they're weaker than the ones in the command pod. But it'll have to do. But I have shrinking faith that we'll be able to maintain control of this thing. Okay, it's starting to pull itself back, kind of. The nav ball has me worried, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, see, we ended up with a much more manageable speed coming out of our first stage. We attach that and fly up a little bit, and we're gonna roll. Of course we are. Okay, so we're just gonna go through this dance again. Now it should get us into higher orbit or not higher orbit, but higher up in the atmosphere. And once we're there, we'll have an easier time of maintaining control of this thing. So I'm gonna use some of the thrusters down. Nope. Come on. Well, we've got to keep going up. That's for sure. We've definitely got to keep going up. Up. Liz. Nope, not quite. Oh God. This is atmospheric effects at work for sure. I cannot wait until I have dedicated SAS reaction wheel modules, because this has been happening every time, and it just makes it so much harder, unnecessarily at that. Come on, push, orbit, push. I need to get out of the atmosphere. Okay, that's 70,000 meters. Well, yeah. If we even get an orbit, I'll be surprised this time, and I'm just already frustrated because this is taking me way longer than it really should. But hey, I guess we have a polar satellite now, so cool. We'll be able to get some. We'll possibly get some data from. Oh no, we're not even going to get an orbit. Wow. Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. Man. Frustration is real in this one. Well, I suppose it's possible that we can get something out of it. If the atmosphere slows us down fast enough, we can get some data from the polar region. But, I mean, that's assuming that we can slow down enough to not crash into the ocean way over here. And at the rate that we're descending, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Yeah, we're already halfway over the ice cap. And we have, I mean, this hasn't noticeably changed at all. Go ahead and detach that, I guess, so we can get the heat shield on there instead of having an engine prone to explode at any moment. Let's see. This is very disappointing. I'm frustrated by this. In fact, I am not going to stop recording this until I get until I get to the Mun. You guys will see the Mun this video, I promise. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this here, and go ahead and skip to the next launch so that we can make this video also as short as possible while achieving that goal. And we're back. So I actually did make a meager amount of science for that last mission that didn't quite make it to the Mun, but I actually did make just under 10 just from what I could get once I had landed in the ocean and from when I was still in the atmosphere. But I've dumbed this down even more so that hopefully things go better. I've actually made the the actual probe up here even smaller. It's actually about half the size that it was. So now this bit up here, not including the heat shield, weighs about 0.3 tons. So it's even lighter than it was before. I've also made the lower stage smaller so that we have more control, and hopefully I've also given this stage up here more fuel because this gets us our greatest amount of delta V once we're actually in orbit. So I'm hopeful that this will go better than it did the first couple tries. So here we go. Now, what I've done that's really different here is I've added this liquid fuel engine here in the center. This is a swivel, so it has this feature called gimbal, and that essentially means that it essentially means it has thrust vectoring. It can kind of steer with just the fuel that it's using, so that it can keep the lower stage going straight up, so that we don't have to burn fuel later on, just trying to straighten ourselves out, which is going to be a big help. Now, our other big issue was that we were gaining too much speed when we were still in the lower atmosphere, and any tiny shift was causing the rocket to essentially spin on its head. Oh, that didn't sound good. I guess they collided and annihilated each other. Let's see. I think we're going pretty well so far. I think this engine actually does have enough thrust to carry us into yeah. So we're going up in speed now as well. So this should work. This should work. God help me if it doesn't. It just means we're gonna have to carry on into the next video because this video is gonna be very long as it is, considering we've had to shovel 3 launches into it at once. I'm gonna get just a tiny bit of lean here so that I can actually start my orbit. I'm not quite suborbital yet, but we will be fairly soon, and I will see you once we're at that point. Alright, so there's our orbit. We did it, and now it's all nice and flat, and it's very even with the plane of the Mun. So now we just have to put ourselves in the right place to start boosting, which is probably going to be about here or so. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and take advantage of this concept called free returns, and basically what that is we're going to try and essentially take advantage of the moon's gravity to slingshot ourselves back into a return trajectory with Kerbin. So we're not going to orbit the Mun at all. We're really just going to do one flyby of it, and we're going to use its orbit to send us back in a trajectory that will land us directly on Kerbin. So we don't have to use any more fuel, which means I can use all of the fuel that is still in here. And considering that I've only used about maybe a sixth of what's in there, I think we can do it. I think this is going to be the one. So we've got maybe about 80 seconds of fuel left, which means we have 80 seconds to get ourselves into the right trajectory, which is, I believe, more than enough time. Okay, and we have just had our encounter, so we are now within the Mun's sphere of influence, and we can take some more. Why do I have no power? Oh my god, you're kidding me! No! That's so unfair. The solar panels are bent away from the sun. No! Oh, God, why? No, please. Give us just a shred. We just need a tiny bit. If I get even a tiny bit, I can turn this into the right place so that we can get something done rather than can't even turn on the thruster. Damn. God damn it. I mean, that is a nice shot of the mun with Kerbin just peeking out from behind there. I guess we could call that a Kerboclips or something like that. Probably not. I'm not even at periapse yet. I just need a tiny bit of power. Just a little bit is all I need. Please, share your energy with me. I'm gonna just go through a few orbits and see if we can't get some power back. Oh, wait. Why? How the... Okay, sure, whatever. I don't know how that happened, but alright. Turn stuff off, turn stuff off, turn stuff off, turn stuff off. Turn off. Rotate. Oh shit, come on now. Just give me a tiny bit of yes. Come on, stand up. Okay. This mission may not be over yet. Oh man. Oh, how fortuitous! We have another encounter with the mun. We're still in this. This is wonderful. This is so freaking lucky. Okay, we have full power this time, and we've got a free encounter with the mun that I never expected. So we're actually gonna. This mission is going to be a success, even though it's taken about 4 or 5 times longer than it was supposed to. All right, so mystery goo. 20 science. Temperature, 20 science. Now, I don't have a lot of fuel left, but... No, I don't think I'm going to get any science from near the mun. I think we're high over the mun still. Yeah, space high over the mun. Okay, that's alright. That's still a good bit of science to go on. I'm so happy, honestly, because this has taken entirely too long, and it frankly shouldn't have. So here we go. I'm just gonna speed up time towards Apoaps, and then I'm gonna get myself into the right position, right about here. So. And I only have to boost down just a tiny bit, but oh, there was that free return I was talking about earlier. I wonder, can we get something out of this still? Can we get more out of this? It's been a 27-day mission. It honestly should have been more like 5, but I guess this works. So here we go. We're really, really close. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're right over the far side crater as well. We get to take some more data. Still high over the mun, so we'll wait just a tiny bit longer. Get ourselves in the region that's near the mun. Okay, so we're 16,000 meters now. That should be near, surely. Yes, space near the mun. There we go. That's what we've been waiting for the whole time. Okay, so that should be another 50 science or so. So that's pretty damn good. That was worth the wait, I'd say. Alright everybody, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I realized this one was rather long, but it's just kind of the time got away from me while I was recording. So I hope you can bear with me through this one and probably the next 2 episodes because I recorded all of them at the same time. But thank you all for watching and for sticking through it with me. Make sure to go and look and check out the All for One special that I posted for League of Legends on Monday. And make sure to stay tuned for Friday with Civilization 5 Part 4. It's going to be exciting. Thanks, guys. See you soon.